Hi everyone, welcome to the Edge. Continuing with trigonometry with our general solutions, let us go ahead and look at this question. So it says 4 sine squared x plus 8 sine x is equal to negative 3. So let's say that the question says find general solution. Okay, so here we can see the situation. We have a sine squared and a sine, and then here on this 3 there is no sign, so we can transpose this 3 to the left, and then we're going to get 4 sine squared x plus 8 sine x plus 3 is equal to 0. So now if we substitute x with, okay, let's just say it's y, there's going to be 4y squared plus 8y plus 3 is equal to 0. Now it looks easy. Now it looks like, okay, this looks familiar. We can factorize this, right? It's a trinomial. There's a y squared, and then there's a y, and then there's no y. So we can do our factorization where this is going to be 4y squared plus 3. Middle term on the right, it's going to be 8y. We have y, and then we have 2, 3, 1, positive, positive. Cross multiply, 2y multiplied by 3 is 6y. 2y multiplied by y is 2y. Add them together, you do get 8y. So if we substitute y with sine back to sine x again, we're going to get, these are going to be in brackets, right? So it's going to be 2 sine x plus 3, 2 sine x. I know that this x is supposed to be in bracket, but I mean, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so now we're going to have two solutions. So we're going to say 2 sine x plus 3 is equal to 0, or 2 sine x plus 1 is equal to 0. Isolate the sine x on both. We're going to get negative 3 over 2, or we're going to get negative 1 over 2, right? So let's start with sine x. Let's start with this one, the first sine x. Sine x, well, let me just say x is equal to no solution. Why? When I didn't even use a calculator, how can I just conclude it's no solution? The numerator is bigger than the denominator. The x is bigger than the r. So we know that the general solution is sine angle is x over r. If we draw it in a triangle form, this is x, this is y, this is r. It wouldn't make sense for x to be bigger than r, right? Let's ignore the sign for now. Ignore the sign. The sign just indicates direction or where the triangle is placed. So let's just look at the 3 over 2. It would mean that x is 3, r would be 2. It wouldn't make sense. R always has to be bigger than x or y. It has to be bigger than x or, because the hypotenuse is the longest, biggest side of a triangle, right? And in this case, it's contradicting that, because r is 2 but x is 3. So now we are saying that x is bigger than the longest side of the triangle. It doesn't make sense. So that's how I was immediately able to tell that, hey, this is going to be, it doesn't have a solution, because it wouldn't make sense, right? Cool. But yeah, in this case, looks like we're going to have a solution, right? Because x is smaller than r. Cool. So you punch that in your calculator, shift sign. Okay, let me pull out my digital calculator. Shift sign. Remember, we get the reference angle first. So it's going to be 30. So let me say ref angle is equal to 30 degrees. For reference angle, you just shift sign a half. You ignore the sign, right? And then after, cos diagram, or in which quadrant is sine going to be negative? Now we look at the whole thing, including the negative now. In which quadrant is sine going to be negative half? We know that yeah, it's positive. We know that yeah, it's positive because it's the sine quadrant and we're working with sine, so it's going to be positive. So it's going to be negative here and yeah at the 10 and the cos quadrant, because only at the 10 will you get 10 to be positive, and only at the cos quadrant will you get cos to be positive, while everything else is negative. So we're going to be working with the 10 and the cos forms. So 180 degrees plus angle and 360 degrees minus angle. These angles are reference angles, right? So for the first one, let's look at this form. X is going to be equal to 180 degrees plus reference angle, which is 30, plus k dot 360 degrees. Don't forget that. And don't forget to state that k is elementary to z. So x is going to be 210 degrees plus k dot 360 degrees. And indeed, 210 is, we know that, yeah, it's 180 and 270. 210 is indeed in the 10 quadrant, right? Cool. And then number 2, x is going to be 360 degrees. Now we're using this form. 360 degrees minus 30 degrees plus k dot 360 degrees, which is going to be 330 degrees plus k dot 360 degrees, right? And these are going to be your solutions. So even yet the no solution one, just write it x is equal to no solution. Don't just leave it without writing it, right? And so this is how you go about solving this question. Thank you, everybody.